In verse 6 of Isaiah 58, God says, "Is this not the fast that I've chosen? To loose the bonds of wickedness, to undo heavy burdens, to let the oppressed go free, and that you break every yoke?" What God is pretty much saying is that the intent of fasting and prayer is to take your eyes off of yourself and put them on Him as He leads you to meet the needs of others. So fasting and prayer, it benefits everybody. We're all so focused on God and not on food or not on the things of this world that God can give instructions. He can speak to us, knowing that we'll be attentive enough to carry out those things that He's called us to do without any distraction. That's why when we're fasting and praying in a way that pleases God, He's so eager to bless us. In fact, verses 8 and 9 of Isaiah 58 say that when you fast and pray the right way, then your light shall break forth like the morning. Your healing shall spring forth speedily. Your righteousness shall go before you. The glory of the Lord shall be your rear guard. And you shall call, and the Lord will answer. You shall cry, and He will say, "Here I
am." My name is Teresa Shaw. I actually have never fasted before until September. It wasn't something I ever thought would be a part of my spiritual life. It didn't seem important or necessary to me. And it actually wasn't until I started at Calvary that I started to understand that there was something missing from that aspect of my life. And so I talked to Pastor Mike, because that's what I do when I need to have a question answered, because he's usually got some answers for me. I think the first couple weeks of the fast, they didn't really go like I had anticipated either, because I kind of didn't feel like I was fasting at all. It was more about the food than it was my relationship with the Lord. I think the way the Lord spoke to me most deeply was through my friends, actually, during the fast. They were always an encouragement to me. And what I think I got most out of it was that this walk and this relationship with the Lord isn't necessarily just about me and Him, and that it's a lot about community and the people that I'm doing this with, and I'm in this journey together with. And so for someone who tends to isolate herself from other people, that was really profound to me, to find out that I had some people to lean on when I was struggling, and I had some people who would speak into my life with words of wisdom that were biblically sound, and that's something that I necessarily didn't have before, and I know that I think that's what I remember most about the fast, was just that sense of community that I found with my brothers and sisters. I am looking forward to the fast in January, mostly because I feel like right now there's a lot of me in my life and not a lot of Him. And so I'm looking forward to entering into this fast with a clearer objective, I guess, in mind of what I hope to accomplish, and how I'd like to see my relationship with the Lord grow deeper.
Trolanda Berkeley.
Damon Berkeley.
We fasted before during our last,
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Our last church we fasted. We knew quite a bit about fasting before the fast in September, so we were pretty knowledgeable about what goes on during the fast. So during that time, even before the fast, my husband and I weren't together, but it was as if God was preparing us for the fast even before he had even attended the church. So we had reconciled, God had renewed our marriage during that time, and even during the fast, my husband had come to the church and actually enjoyed coming to the service. Like I said before, we were on the verge of a divorce. So during that time, during the fast, God has shown Himself to be a loving God, and even has shown us how to love each other in ways that we couldn't imagine, in ways that we didn't know how to before. So God really showed us different aspects of ourselves in our marriage and how to work things out and how to become a stronger couple and how to become better people as individuals so that we can, come together as husband and wife and stay together.
It got my attention to the point where I felt like I have to change what I'm doing because it's not working. Whether I thought I was doing what I was supposed to be doing or not, I was leaving something out, and I believe that something was God. I know, one, I want to lose some weight, so I'm sure I can accomplish that at the same time, but all jokes aside.
I'm mostly looking forward to God just showing us more wisdom, just giving us more guidance in our marriage for other couples or for, someone individually, but just Him teaching us and just showing us more and giving us more into our lives and just being able to be a part of something that was so great the first time. I'm looking forward to the second time. So I'm looking forward to this one and to see what God is going to do in our lives.
Yeah, what she said.
In this 2.5 years, I have experienced the birth of my baby 4 months early. I went through a divorce. I was unemployed, and through all of that, I just remained faithful. And I am beginning to see the fruits of that. God kept reminding me of this scripture: I will restore the years that the locusts have eaten. And just this week, I'm really beginning to see His promise to me. So I got a phone call from Pastor Reggie last week. He said that he had got a phone call and someone wanted to bless a military family in our congregation. And he thought of me and my 5 kids. So I took off work and he showed up. And he showed up with a TV crew and Pastor Tony and Miss Janice. And I was like, wow. They blessed me with a new kitchen sink, a brand new dishwasher. They fixed my backyard fence for my puppy. They gave me new bunk beds for my little guys. And then me and Pastor Reggie were sitting down talking, and we were going over the day and the events of the day. And he says, I know that you had shared with me that you needed your brakes fixed and you had an appointment. We're going to reimburse you for your brakes. And I was like, wow, Pastor Reggie. And he said, I know you had to take today off, unpaid leave. We're going to reimburse you also. And I'm like, wow, Pastor Reggie. And then he says, and I know that you've been unemployed this year. We're also going to help with your mortgage. And when God told me that He was going to restore what the years that the locusts have eaten, I could not have imagined. My relationship with my teenagers have gotten stronger through the fast that we did. He's just been awesome this past year.
Okay,